Welcome back. While we're on the air, big stories continue to break. That in a previous era, girl singers came in groups of less than 5. Sometimes there was only one, and there never was one like my next guest. Not only was there only one of her, she also had only one name, and that was, is, and always will be Lulu. Lulu, thanks for coming, because I know you're off to the States tomorrow to record a new album, so I just caught you, haven't I?
You have. Perfect timing. Perfect.
Well, you're making records again, and were you greeted with open arms by the record companies?
I think a lot of people were curious, but not really that interested. Not at all. It took time. It took time to sort of, for my brother and I, to let people know that I wanted to make a record again. And then, you know, 1 or 2 people were interested, and we talked, and they wanted to look at me. They wanted to see how I looked. And I remember when I was going back into the record business, a friend of mine in Los Angeles said, well, it's tough, you know. They want them really young. Oh, God! You know, it's tough at your age. I still wasn't put off, you know. And I did get a record deal, and, you know, I had a hit with Independence, and then it all started to roll. And
now Elton John has signed you. How did that come about?
This is a very sweet time for me, because Elton John, who I've known for a long time, said to me, so what are you doing with your career, you know? I said, well, I have some ideas, and I have some songs, you know, I've been writing. And he said, well, you know, you want to let me hear them? I said, I'd love to get some feedback. But when I went there, played him the songs, he went completely mad. He was so excited, and he wanted to sign me straight away to his record label.
I look forward to the new stuff, but I still love the old stuff, and especially that 60s movie of yours, Gonks Go Beat, which you were in.
Oh,
yeah, Gonks Go Beat. What I really wanted to know was what those guys who were singing behind you were actually up to. We've got a clip of it. Let me remind you what it looked like.
There's a lot of things that I want to say, but they would just have to wait until the day is set for me, and you agree that I'm the only one. I just want a minute of your time. You know the only one you love is all mine. Take my hand. It's only glad that I'm the only one. The only one there is to blame. But let's take a chance, babe. It's all the same. So shut your eyes. To your surprise, I'll be the only one. I'll be the only one.
How about that?
You do this a lot. You really do this a lot. I've noticed that. Yeah, you pick up these great videos.
Down memory drain, huh?
Oh,
who were those guys?
The ones who were about to throw the dice. I don't know what they were doing. You know, I wouldn't let that happen to me today.
You look behind you.
I wouldn't let them do that to me today.
What about that hairstyle of yours? How long did it take to put the that bit in? Right?
Wait a minute. Funnily enough, the other day when I was working with the Spice Girls, Emma was saying, you know, I've seen a picture with you with that hairband, and I said, oh, God, no. And now look what you've done. You've shown it to everybody.
Well, the Spice Girls are extremely young at the moment, and, and you were 15 when Shout hit the charts. Now, how did you cope with success at such a young age?
It's terrifying, but it was very exciting, though, because, I mean, you think about it. There was a revolution going on. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and I mixed with them all. I felt like Mrs. Cool, you know?
It was a long way from where you came from. You're still the same Marie McLaughlin Laurie who was born in that tenement, huh?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've changed, you know. A lot of the rough edges have been smoothed off, but not all.
Tell me about the pop idols that you met in the 60s.
It was unbelievable. The first thing was when my record Shout was out. On Ready, Steady, Go, Kathy McGowan would ask different people each week, different pop stars, what their favorite releases of the week were. And John Lennon and Paul McCartney said, Shout. And I couldn't believe it. And then I got to meet them one day when I went in to see them. I was invited to see them at Hammersmith Pally. And I was standing on the side of the stage being privileged, you know? And they came off and they went, oh, it's Lulu. I could not believe it. I was out of my mind. I was delirious.
What did you do when you did fancy one of these guys? Did you sort of drop your handkerchief and look coy? Or...
I always ignore them.
Oh, that works.
Right. That's how I got lots of boyfriends. That's how I had loads and loads of lovers. Because I was just to be absolutely, you know, just not even look at them. Don't let them see. But of course it would show in the back of my head, you know. Everybody else could tell. People used to think I was different because I sang, but I was like every other teenager. I was madly in love with Scott Walker's voice. And then I got to work with him and I thought, oh, you never know, maybe. And of course he would pat me on the head like I was a baby. You don't know how that broke my heart. It broke my heart. I'll never get over it. I'm still talking about it.
You had in recent times, you had a big #1 hit with Take That, and now you've got the video with the Spice Girls that's taken right off. How do you feel?
I'm only in the background.
What's it like to see others going through what you did?
Well, I think it's great. And I see the parallel between Take That and the girls is that they're really down to earth. I mean, you had them on. You know.
Yeah.
They're so
they were
easy.
Great. I really enjoyed their company.
Yeah, they're natural, you know. Yeah, we noticed.
Well, so are you, and that was always one of your many, many attractions. It's been a thrill, Lulu. I'm glad you came in. Thank you very much.
Nice
Lulu.
to see you again.